Hi, I'm ProcBite and welcome to my channel. Today I will show you how I built my 3.6 meter long desk out of a kitchen sink top. I will also show you how I motorized the layout for my Whirlpool joysticks. So let's get started.
I started with a 3D printed template, so I could roughly saw out the 4 pieces that will be the legs for the desk. Then I could use a router and a chisel for the final shape. I chisel out the edges after the router to get a good fit for the printed hexagons. Then I used a drill fixture to get the holes in the right place and get everything straight. Time to pre-assemble the legs and test if everything fits together. The drawer is from Amazon. I incorporated it into the design. I wanted a modern and bold theme on the desktop, so why not wrap the legs in carbon fiber vinyl? Thought it turned out well. With all the screws and dowels in place, it's time for the final assemble. For the 2 bottom drawers, I used an aluminum vinyl to spice it up a bit. Cue the music, here comes the montage. For the frame build, I used 40mm aluminium profiles from Amazon. My goal here was to build a compact design. I wanted the belts, stepper motor and the electronics to not exceed the 40mm frame. To get a strong and rigid construction, I can't use 3D printed parts, so I made a lot of molds to make forged carbon fiber parts. With brass inserts directly into the mold, I get a strong bond between the brass inserts and the carbon fiber. The parts turn out great and super strong. This was my first time making forged carbon fiber parts, and it turns out that it was easy to make them. Just needed to design the mold in a way so they become easy to disassemble with the parts done. With a razor blade and some sandpaper, I got all the edges nice and smooth with ease. I never thought it would be this easy to work with forged carbon fiber. And how good the measurement stays in tolerance after casting. It's a perfect fit between the casted parts and the aluminium profile. The rigidity is amazing. The frame is going to be sturdy and well made, and I don't think it will twist or break. But hey, this is after all an untested design, so time will tell. As I proceed, I learn how to make better molds, which results in better and stronger parts. I'm not an expert and it's not perfect, but I'm happy with them, and they will serve their purpose. Now with all the hardware out of the way, it's time to start with the electronics. I use 1 CNC shield, 1 buck converter, 2 TMC 2208 driver V3, 2 Arduinos. 1 for handling the NEMA 17 stepper motors, 1 for the RGB light. And I sync them together so they can talk to each other. And also a power switch. I did a simple sketchy program just for the test run. My limited programming skill isn't the best, but I did see the hardware worked. So I asked my brother, which in fact is a skilled programmer, to make a proper program for this project, which he often does. M6 inserts is drilled and inserted under the desk so I can bolt the frame securely into the wood. And I also used some rubber sealing to minimize the vibrations. The fastener is an M5 screw with a 3D printed knob to easily attach the arms on which the joystick will be mounted on. I wanted a high-end joystick, so I decided to buy from Virpil. I like their durable modular setup and their designs appeal to me. The setup I got is 2 Warbird D bases, Constellation Alpha Prime left and right, 1 Flightstick Z extension and also 1 control panel too. I had a lot of ideas how to incorporate the logo ProcBite. I 3D printed the logo in the mold, but I did use a different mold release. And it wouldn't release, so I needed to chisel it out of the mold, and the plastic logo didn't came out, but it looked nice so I left it in there. It's so satisfying to see the pieces come together. The carbon fiber looks so nice. I'm really happy with the design. It became really sturdy. The simulated test results said the carbon fiber should withstand 500 kilograms before it breaks. I used 8 pieces of NeoPixel 2812 for background light in the button box, and 1 soft touch button with RGB. I found an old USB female cable. I used it for connection in to the button box. The RGB light sweeps back and forth with cyan and magenta. And if I don't press the button for 2 to 6 minutes, the RGB makes a random light sequence. 2 of them are displaying. Light looks better when it's not predictable. This configuration has 4 setups. Center-mounted joystick with or without the throttle, for example helicopter. Or when I play space games like Elite Dangerous. I can change the layout depending on whether I'm on foot, mouse and keypad, or inside the spaceship, joystick and throttle. The mouse pads were given the same color theme as the RGB lights. Cyan and magenta. Well, maybe a bit extreme, but why not? I'm not a graphic designer, so that's what I came up with. The only thing left was to do some cable management, so I made some small 3D printed clips to tidy everything up. It was cables all over the place. And now, wow, that is looking great. I'm super happy how this project came together. And it works flawless every time. Here are some clips from the actual gameplay. As you guys can see, when I'm in VR, I need to practice some muscle memory so I know where the button is located. But over time it will get better. Promise.
Well, that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more contents like this in the future. But for now, back to work. Bye bye.